welcome to the November edition of the Lane End Primary Oracy podcast. This time we're going to be exploring maths across the school and speaking to some of the children. Enjoy! I am joined today by Mrs. Balleur. Mrs. Balleur, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Suman Balleur. I am the class teacher for Topaz class, which is our Year 6 class. I also lead the maths across the school.
Thank you, and thank you for joining me. As maths champion for Lane End Primary School, could you tell me about how maths is taught, please?
At Lane End, we follow the White Rose scheme. So as part of the scheme, we teach maths using small steps. The idea is every concept, every unit is broken down into small steps, and as the children, the logic is as the children progress through the school, they have a sound conceptual understanding of what is taught, so they are building their next knowledge on firm foundation.
That sounds really, really good, and that's something that's been really successful for us, isn't it?
It has been, yes.
Marvellous, thank you. So talking about how maths, how the children build on their maths conceptual understanding, how do you ensure that progression is not only through year groups but also as the children move through the school?
So we have a progression map that chalks out the progression from early years all the way to Year 6. On the progression map, every unit in maths is broken down and reflects the requirement of the national curriculum through the year. So the teachers know what the children have learned previously, but also what the children are likely to be learning next. So they ensure that before the teachers hand the children over to the next year group, they have a good understanding of the foundation that is needed before they learn the next idea in the next year group.
That's really, really good, and it's really important, isn't it, that the children have a really firm grasp of the bit that comes before.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. How so Oracy has been a big focus for us in recent years. Why is Oracy so important in maths?
Well, Oracy is important in any aspect of life. At Lane End Primary, over the last couple of years, a major focus has been teaching children how to be eloquent speakers. Now, this not only is, in English and other subjects, but also in maths. We want our children to leave Lane End Primary as competent and confident mathematicians. I think in order for them to get to that point, they not only need to be able to do maths, but they also need to be able to speak maths.
Yeah.
Having the confidence to use the right vocabulary to explain something is, it doesn't come naturally to all the children. It's something that we have to teach explicitly, using the right vocabulary. And I firmly believe that children will make good mathematicians if they can speak the language.
Absolutely.
If they can articulate their understanding through use of mathematical vocabulary, if they can use that knowledge to problem solve. So Oracy is a huge part of all the subjects we teach in our school. It helps them to articulate, it helps them to reason, it helps them to explain, it helps them to problem solve.
Absolutely. And reasoning is such a massive part of maths, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Explaining how you've got to something, a solution of a problem or an answer or anything. And also what's really lovely is that the children are becoming much more confident to be able to challenge each other if in that reasoning process, that if somebody might have a different strategy or a different answer even, and the confidence that we've seen in terms of that challenge, but respectfully.
It is. And also through this discussion in the classroom, where a child shows a particular method, where another child has, well, I have this method, but mine is a more efficient method because there's a quicker way, there's a smarter way of solving the problem as opposed to going round.
Absolutely.
It's that healthy discussion is a vital part of maths.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mrs. Balleur, and thank you for joining me to talk about maths today. And stay tuned. I am joined today by a group of children from Topaz class, year 6 children, who are here to talk about their maths. So guys, what are you learning about in your math lessons at the moment?
We're talking about comparing fractions and equivalent fractions as well.
Fabulous.
We're talking about comparing and ordering fractions.
Fantastic. Is that something that you're enjoying at the moment?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Definitely.
Definitely. Nice. What things have you learnt before, even in different classes, that are helping you with the work you're doing around your fractions?
Multiplication has really helped for me to find the equivalent fractions.
Fantastic, thank you.
And division.
And dividing as well. So
Yeah.
you're looking at multiples, you're looking at factors. Fantastic.
And with dividing as well, we've learned long division that has helped us as well with the equivalent fractions as well.
Great.
Also common factors.
Finding common factors?
Yeah.
And how has that helped with equivalence?
Because on some, you need to find the common factors to find the equivalent.
And then using your multiplication, your knowledge of multiplication. Fantastic, thank you. Tell me, how does Oracy help you in your maths lessons?
So we speak to each other about the things and explanation about the answers, so we make sure we get them right.
So it helps you with your thinking and working logically. Fantastic.
And at the start of the lesson, there's a word that we have to explain to the other people, like other words in maths that we have to explain to other people what we think it might be. So then it helps how we work out with other questions.
So you're learning what type of vocabulary?
Mathematical vocabulary.
And that's helping you in your explanations and your understanding?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Because if we're talking to other people, then we won't know what words to use, because we've obviously learnt about it. And if we just said something, then it just won't make any sense.
And what is there in the classroom that helps you with your vocabulary?
The vocabulary box, which has 4 words in it.
And are they the same every lesson, or do they change?
They change depending on what you're learning on.
Oh, fantastic! That's really, really helpful, isn't it? And does Oracy help you when you come to prove your answers or disprove other people's answers?
When we prove our answers, we have to do an explanation and how we use our methods. And sometimes people disagree with other people's answers to prove if they're right or wrong.
That's really helpful, isn't it? And that really helps you understand your own maths understanding and thinking as well, doesn't it? Great. Thank you so much for joining me today. I went into our early years classroom where our nursery and reception children were enjoying the continuous provision to speak to them about their maths learning. What is all this about? What's this here? What are there?
Number 4.
Number 4? And what's this one?
3.
Number 3. And what? Are you 3? Why are you learning about all of these numbers? What are all these photographs for?
People who have had their birthday.
You're learning about birthdays.
My birthday is on June.
Your birthday is in June. And how old will you be on your birthday?
4.
4 years old. Oh my goodness. Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
Ricky's.
Ricky's birthday. Are you having a party?
Yeah.
You are. What have you been making for Ricky's party?
Decorations.
Have you been putting lots of shapes on them?
Yeah.
What shapes have you been using?
Rectangles. Hexagon. Triangle.
And triangles. You have done so much learning about maths, haven't you?
Yeah.
My goodness me. Well done, guys. Thank you for listening. Tune in next time when we'll be talking about science.